Hi, my name is Tara Gilmar, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I have a particular specialization, though. I'm what's called a depth psychotherapist. And today I'd like to take a couple minutes to talk to you about the idea of what depth psychology is, what it really means that I do, and the idea of psychological holding. If you'd like to know more about my work or what I do, you're welcome to look me up on my website. That's psychesoultending.com. You can just Google me. My practice is located in California, and I'm licensed in California and Nevada. I just want to start with the idea of depth psychology, and I should say I'm just going to shorten it down to depth because it gets a little cumbersome. So depth refers to all of the psychological approaches that attempt to recognize and work with the subconscious or the unconscious within a person or within a collective. Depth is an ontological representation. In physiological terms, there's no deep spot in the mind or body where depth is located. I'm not going to reach in and find your depth. It's an abstract representation based on traits we ascribe to a physical spatial dimensionality. So you use the same kind of idea when you say, oh, that struck to the core of me, or, oh, I feel that very deeply. That's the same idea. Some approaches I include from depth psychology in my work are Jungian, relational intersubjective, somatic, attachment, archetypal, integrative, and liberation decolonization. There are other philosophical and methodological approaches in depth that I'm not going to talk about now and that I don't necessarily use as much. And psychological holding is an important concept in my work. Someone once asked me what I meant when I said I was going to provide holding. And holding isn't to restrain a person or their feelings or ideas. When I use the term, I'm using it from the depth approach to understanding that it's a representation of a complex intersection of meanings. I'm referring there to a psychological attitude, and I use holding to represent the idea of safe containment. And that's based on Winnicottian and Beebe and attachment studies of good enough caregiving to the observations they've made of early caregiver-child experiences in which a nurturing embrace generates relief in a child's nervous system, which allows the self to relax. And that's through an experience of being witnessed and of having positive emotional and physical contact that creates this feeling of safe belonging. So at the origin of this comes from the idea of setting actual holding, but it's become now in my work, it's a psychological concept. Holding refers to the simultaneous attending of a safe therapeutic or emotional container. It's got an emotional quality of presence that encompasses things like unconditional positive regard, non-judgmental reflective listening. It's a relativizing process that normalizes and approaches even extraordinary experiences as meaningful, potentially understandable, and to create a sense of accompaniment or belonging. An orientation, this is grounded on the idea that understood or not, or real or not, experiences have their own validity and purpose. And that's based on Jung's idea that the psyche is real. When Jung says the psyche is real, he's referring to the idea that perception, interpretation, and perspective influences thoughts, words, and behaviors, which have very real world impacts. And so I think those two are core ideas in how I hold my work and how I work with you. If you'd like to know more, you're welcome to get into touch. And again, you can visit my website, Thanks so much. And I wish you good healing, a good healing journey. Take care. Bye-bye.